with the highly anticipated release of Half-Life Alyx just around the corner, I've started getting really excited about VR again. But I've always had a pretty big problem with VR, and it's the fact that it makes Ivy League university education seem reasonably priced. So I decided to head over to Aliexpress to find a more budget option. I have to admit, I've never actually experienced VR before, and I think this is the case for a lot of gamers, because according to Steam, only 1% of gamers actually own a VR headset. Now, I don't think this is entirely down to the fact that most VR headsets are priced like an Apple product, but it's also because it has some potentially negative physical side effects. Some people take to VR like a duck to water, but it kind of makes other people spew from both ends like a busted fire hydrant, and I have to admit, I'm definitely gonna be in that spewing category. So I wanted to get the cheapest VR headset I could find, and as we'll see later, it may not have been the best idea. This is absolutely horrendous. So that's why I think this AliExpress idea is pretty good.
This sucks.
Now, I actually found a functioning, supposedly VR headset for $120 on AliExpress, and it's this guy. It's called the Ant VR Cyclop 2. Setting aside the name, which kind of misses the point in my opinion, when looking at the specifications of this headset, it's actually very promising. It's got dual independent OLED panels which have a combined resolution of 2160 by 1200, which is actually pretty close to the much more expensive competition. It's also got a 90Hz refresh rate, which is apparently quite important to prevent getting Nintendo Virtual Boy level ill. Where I think they cut corners to save money is when it comes to the motion tracking of this headset, because it's only got 9-axis like head tracking, so it means it can track you looking around the room, but it can't do anything more than that. It doesn't have like base stations which can track your movement through a room, and you don't get like motion sensitive hand controllers which let you do the flaily thing. So even if it doesn't have all of the fancy humiliating yourself features, I think it is a good place to start for somebody who's never experienced VR before and who doesn't have access to any other headset. And it's still gonna work for what in my opinion is one of the best use cases for VR, which is driving simulators. And I'm really excited to play some Dirt Rally on it, and we're also gonna see how Anna responds to it a little bit later.
This sucks.
So with that, let's do a quick unboxing of the headset. This is the package that arrived from AliExpress. It's not very big and it's fairly light, but it's supposedly just a headset. The sender's name is actually Venus Kitty, which is the best name I think I've ever heard. But let's open it up and see what this Ant headset looks like. So we got this, not entirely sure what that is. We'll get into that a bit. Oh, I think this is actually like a controller. Oh, I do remember, it did say that it comes with a controller. And then finally here, we have the headset. Before we get into the headset, let's just check out the other accessories. So over here we have the controller with a fairly long USB cable. Yeah, it feels pretty sturdy. Actually, it's very plasticky, but it's strong plasticky, so that's good. This actually looks a little bit like a tissue box. Maybe it's for people with really oily faces so that you can like protect the headset from all of the disgustingness on your face. Or maybe that's just me. Oh wow, that's really cool. You get like a smartphone VR holder thing with your headset. So that's a pretty nice included accessory. It feels decently padded. And finally, we have the reason we're all here. I'm actually really excited for this. This is the first VR headset I've ever interacted with. And there we have it. There is the headset. So let's get this out the way and then have a closer look at the headset. So as far as connectivity goes, we've got a USB 3 cable here and an HDMI cable on a fairly long lead. It's very light. It feels very plasticky. Oh, it actually really feels like I'm handling alien technology here. Not very well made alien technology, but alien technology nonetheless. It's clearly a fingerprint magnet, but let's have a look here. It actually doesn't look like it's got any cameras on it. Like, I thought this was a camera, but it doesn't really seem like it is one. And then over here, you've got a headphone port. And then over here, we've got a couple buttons. And that's pretty much it. It's a fairly basic setup. Under here, we've got another USB port. This is probably to update firmware on it and stuff like that. Okay, so with that, let's actually try it on and see what kind of comfort we're getting with this headset. For those of you interested, here is a quick look at the specifications of the system that I used to test the VR experience on the Ant VR Cyclop 2. So I guess I have to put it on now. I have a couple of concerns. The first one is the strap, because I have one of the biggest heads in the world, so I don't know if that's gonna accommodate my girth. And not only that, but I'm a glasses wearer, so I can't imagine this is gonna be very comfortable. But let's go for it. This kind of feels like voluntarily strapping a facehugger to my head, but oh yeah, see, the glasses are already a problem. Oh, that's very, very, very uncomfortable. I'm gonna have to, wait, ow! I'm gonna have to take my glasses off. That's not glasses friendly, especially if you have a head the size of the Easter Island statues. Yeah, so I am definitely at the maximum capacity of this headset. Now I've chosen Dirt Rally 2.0. I think that should be a good VR experience because VR makes a lot of sense when it comes to a driving game, and considering that I don't have the gesture controls, yeah. And I've also gotten my chunder bucket ready for when I invariably heave my lungs out. So let's try this out. Now the first thing that jumps out to me is that the resolution on paper sounds very impressive, but it's actually the pixels are massive. Like, it looks really terrible. Yeah, it's giving me a lot of eye strain because it's so unsharp. The second thing that really stands out to me is that the head tracking is atrocious. It's so bad. It kind of moves in steps like that. This is a really terrible gaming experience. Oh no, I keep crashing. I can imagine, this is the most disorienting thing I've ever done. The combination of the forward motion of me driving and then my head motion, it makes it feel like I'm on a carnival ride that's designed to make me lose my lunch. I can imagine this is really cool if you have higher fidelity. I really want to see what the game's graphics looks like on a monitor to compare it to this, because this kind of looks like 8-bit era graphics. This is absolutely horrendous. Oh, again, big corner. That was highly unpleasant. This is a really terrible VR headset. Yeah, I'm curious to try a proper high-end VR headset now, because this is next level disorienting. So over here we have Anna. We're gonna have her try out the VR experience from hell. How are you feeling?
I'm pretty nervous. I don't want to vomit on camera.
I'll edit it out if you do. It's fine.
Lies.
Yeah, okay, so you can actually put the headset on. I would recommend taking off your glasses because, yeah, they lied about that support. So yeah, just take it and slip it onto your head. So what does it look like? Take 17.
Ow. It hurts my head, and I honestly feel nauseous already.
It's been 2 minutes, by the way.
I know, but my head is spinning and my stomach is flipping. It's super blurry. The pixels are insanely clear. My head hurts, and this sucks.
So we actually had to stop quite quickly because, well, Anna's feeling too ill. What do you have to say about that experience?
So, putting it on, it feels as though you're looking through goggles, but the tracking makes it feel like you are just super disconnected from what's going on, and that makes you feel insanely ill.
Okay.
And the driving experience was pretty rubbish. Partly because it just feels like you look around and you're not really turning in that direction.
Yeah.
And it just
There's two-
disorientates
yeah.
you completely. I don't know if maybe driving's not the best game for this, but I think any game would feel disorienting.
And with that, we both promptly decided we never want to interact with that damn headset again. It really sucked. I also tried watching some VR content on it, just to try a variety of media on it, and that was also a really terrible experience. It's not really a focus issue or a blindness issue. We can both see really well nearby, and the actual pixel array was perfectly in focus. It's like a graphics issue. It looks like PlayStation 1 era graphics. It really is terrible. I don't know, maybe it's a lens issue, because you can really clearly see the like concentric circles cut out of the lens during the manufacturing process. So I don't know, because it just doesn't really make sense that it would look that bad considering the resolution. This Ant VR Cyclops 2 actually makes the Oculus Go seem like a really good budget option. I mean, I know that it kind of objectively is one, but let me know in the comment section below if you want me to compare the Ant VR headset to the Oculus Go. Follow me on whatever social media you're interested in. I'll also be streaming on Twitch in the next couple of hours or so. I'll have that linked in the description below as well. And yeah, until the next video, bye-bye.